Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r// Tales from Tech Support. In today's episode, user couldn't install toner, got me a Christmas in England. Insert title here. I should have seen it coming. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. User couldn't install toner, got me a Christmas in England. Decades ago, I was the IT purchasing person for one of the very largest law firms in the US. We had offices across the US and in England, and a couple in Asia, as well. I had to arrange for all their IT equipment. This was in the days when law firms were just starting to put a computer on everyone's desk, and everything was done on WordPerfect under DOS. So, it's a couple of days before Christmas, and I got a call from the office manager in the London office. Their laser printer needs a new toner cart, and they're out. And they have a huge, multi-billion-dollar acquisition deal going down, and needed to get it fixed. So I asked who usually replaced them, and she said they had a deal with some local guy who would come and install them when needed for some outrageous amount of money. He charged £350 for the toner cart and another 100 and change for installation, roughly $1,000, which was totally outrageous for a single toner cart. But he had already left for his holiday. No, couldn't find anyone else, things were already shutting down, etc. No clue how to install a cart. Long story short, the only alternative was for someone to fly to London with a toner cart and install it. We tried to find someone at the NYC office, but none of the techs had a passport. Well, I decided that if that's what they wanted, I'd do it. I wasn't the tech, but I could certainly hum the tune and dance the steps. So, I grabbed a couple of toner carts. After verifying the model, I think we had LaserJet 2 and LaserJet 3s in the offices, and the fastest way for me to get to London was via a BizJet, which I met at Hollywood Burbank Airport, and we flew to London 11 hours later. So, I get picked up and delivered to the office, made a point of showing the staff how to install the cart, left them a spare, and I was done. Except, I'm stuck in London. On Christmas weekend, not just Christmas, but Boxing Day as well. And there were no flights back to the land of free, all booked up. Called the IT director, and told him I'd be delayed. He said no problem, just get a hotel and stay available for any issues that may come up. So, 3 days in the Mandarin Oriental Hotel, room service. Had to buy some personal items, which went on the company. The flight back home? The first seat I could get was on British Airways, first class. All in all, the toner carts that I would buy for maybe $45 each cost the firm well over $150,000. Those BizJet flights aren't cheap. Considering the client paid for it, no problem. The firm billed in excess of $10 million for the work, mine, and of course the lawyers. And when I got home, I was on vacation anyway since it was between Christmas and New Year's. Not all tech support issues are horrible, just most of them. Smiley face. Insert title here. Hey guys, so I just discovered this subreddit today. I hope this follows the rules because I wanted to share this story for a while now. Here is my pretense. I worked for a mortgage company as their only help desk guy. I covered every office on the East Coast, and my average ticket was typically about user error, but this one to my surprise seemed legitimate. It was mid-pandemic, and this particular person decided to go back to the office to work for some reason. When he got to the office, nothing worked. I checked the ticket, contacted the user via email at first to set up a time to remote in and work with him. Being the only guy on help desk meant I needed to schedule these appointments, so I had the ability to actually function normally and not tackle 7 issues at once. From here on out, I will be represented with M, and the user will be you. M. Hey user, my remote tool doesn't seem to be working right now. I think it might be on your end since I just got off with another user, and after it failed with your machine I tested it on my colleagues. Mind if I give you a call? You sure? My number is ###########. I call the user. M. Hey there. Thanks for taking my call. I know these things are hectic. Can you just tell me if you're on Wi-Fi or if it's a wired connection? You are not very tech savvy. That's okay. I can teach you real quick how to determine this, and then we can go from the. You interrupting me? No, I don't know how to do this. Can't you people tell how this all works? I'm sorry, but no. We can see when you're online, but since it's disconnected I can't see anything on your machine. Plus you guys tend to move around a lot, so it's not easy for us to have up-to-date info with the tools we use. Honestly, we didn't really have good tools. That company didn't really appreciate IT, as you can tell. I was literally one tech for 1,000 people. What do you mean we move around? You set us up. You know this. Just fix it. I'm sorry? How can I know what you've physically done to your machine? You're 1,000 miles away. Look, if you just tell me if there is a. You interrupting again? You need to talk to Bob about this. Right now. Whoa, who is Bob, and why do you need him to tell me anything? If you just listen to me, I can empower you to fix this problem in the future too. Saving all of us time/effort. You audibly crying, almost sobbing. Talk to Bob right now. I am not tech savvy. Why are you making me feel stupid? From here, some other dude, presumably Bob, took the phone. Bob will be B. Hey, so what's going on? Hey, no idea. Can you just tell me if the computer is on Wi-Fi or wired into the internet? B, how do I do that? Do you see a wire on the right-hand side that looks like a big telephone cable? Best I can do to describe it. B, nope. Okay, so probably Wi-Fi. Do you see a symbol on the bottom right that looks like your cell phone signal? B, nope, I see gives list of items. Turns out the user's Wi-Fi was off, and he wasn't wired in. He just had no internet connection, but I did technically make a grown man cry. I hope you all liked this story. Please let me know if you want to hear more. I've got 1.5 years worth of stories kind of like this one. I should have seen it coming. I work in a small IT shop with low traffic, and an old person asked me to show him how to use Facebook, Skype, and the internet basically. I help elderly people with these things almost every week, so there was nothing unusual with his request. Because of the shop's low traffic, there's always time to teach the older generation. My usual tactic with old people is to have them take notes and not only watch me do everything, but also try it themselves. After we're finished, they take a small exam where I ask them to do the things we talked about, but with me just observing and not helping. This method always worked so far. Some of them even got the courage to try new technology stuff themselves, and returned just to proudly show off their new tablet/computer/phone skills. The old man today said he'll understand everything by watching me doing and explaining it, and said he's a fast learner. He even refused to take notes. I didn't want to force him into anything, so I just slowly showed him everything, with asking is it okay so far, from time to time. He always said yes, he understood everything, and that it's not that difficult. We sometimes had breaks to let the information sink in. We spent 1.5 hours with going through everything slowly. I honestly believed him that he understands everything. Then he asked me, could you please write all of these on a paper? I don't have my glasses with me and haven't seen anything on the screen, and everything you were saying seemed difficult, so I didn't really pay attention. I asked him several times during that 90 minutes if everything is all right, so it's not like he didn't have a chance to tell me to stop. Especially when we were having those 5-minute breaks. I understand that he might have felt ashamed for not seeing well or not understanding things, but if that was the case, where did his shame go when he casually said he didn't listen?